Hey, what's up guys? Alright, I wanted to do a video real quick on reel maintenance, alright? I'm terrible at this, but I'm going to show you how I do it. And these are my opinions, and you can like them or you can disagree with them. I'm just going to show you what I do. I got something, man. It depends on how bad they are, okay? Because here's my theory. All right, you're gonna grease these things up, and you are going to lube them up, and then you're gonna either dunk your kayak or you're gonna drop them in the water or whatever, and you're gonna have to do this all over again. So I don't get crazy with it, because also when you start spraying them off all the time, trying to get all the salt out of them, most of your reel oil goes out anyways because you're washing them off, and a lot of these older reels aren't sealed. So here's what I do. All right, I'm gonna get out my big reels right now and show you. All right, so here's my Penn 850. You know, you can see it's an 850. All right, we're putting this one out here, and I'm gonna get my Jig Master. Okay, because collegiate season starts like here pretty quick, and I'm probably gonna go next week. And this door is about to kill me here because the wind is howling. Hold on, let me get this chair. Wind is absolutely howling here, and it's really killing my my mojo on fishing. All right, but like I was saying, king mackerel will be coming in this next week. A cobia will be coming in this next week. Might have a tuna out there I might have to get a hold of. So, got my Jig Master ready to go. All right, now set this right here. Pull me over a chair. Alright, the wind doesn't kill me. This door is probably going to flop back and hit me at any second. Here it comes. Here it comes. Alright, anyways. Alright, back to what I was talking about. Got all the fishing lubes, okay? No pun intended. And basically, here's what I do. Alright? And I'm going to make you trolls out there freak right now. Okay? All you guys like to comment on everything. And just like bash everything people do just because you're sitting behind a keyboard. So here we go. All right, so it's really a two-part system. All right, I have, because don't really overthink this stuff, like I said, because most you're gonna have to reapply this stuff over and over again, and you should be. And if you're worried about ruining a $2 drag washer because you put some oil on it that's going to wash right off, and 10 years down the road you got to fix that drag washer, then you're worried about stuff that you shouldn't be worried about. Alright, so the other day I pulled out my Penn 850. It was totally frozen, right? And I was like, well, I dunked this thing quite a bit of times last year in the surf, and then the surf just laps up and gets on it, and I fish these things hard. I've had this thing for like 15 years, 10 or 15, somewhere around there, probably 12. Let's shoot in the middle. Okay, it was totally frozen. Now, how did I unfreeze this thing? Okay, because it wasn't bad. I knew it just stove up for just a minute. But I basically used WD-40. Okay, I know y'all say, well, that's not a lubricant. That's not a lubricant. Well, it'll unfreeze shit. All right, so I had some of this sitting around. Coated it. Once I got it broken loose, I threw some reel oil on here. This is just some Abu Garcia reel oil, and we're not running high viscosity engines here. We are just lubing a couple little gears, and the Abu Garcia will work, or whatever kind you got, as long as it's a lubricant and it stays slick and keeps gears from grinding. It'll work. You guys you're not throwing that many baits, and if you throw that many baits, you're throwing more baits than me, but and I throw a lot of baits. So what I do, okay, so here I basically take this stuff off, the bolts or the screws here, and I coat it with as much reel grease as I possibly can. Okay, and I get every nook and cranny I possibly can with reel grease. All right, and then once that sets in and I feel it getting dry, I'll put reel oil on it, right? And then you know, that lasts forever. You know, like, I mean, no problems. Like I said, if I got to replace a drag washer or something in, you know, a few years, probably 5 years from now, then I'll replace the $5 drag washer, and I'm not going to go pay some dude $40 to service this reel when I only paid like 80 bucks for it. The return on investment is just not there, okay? And if this reel blows up, I'll go buy another one. I get most of it at yard sales anyways. That's why I did the video on cheap fishing gear, because you're going to ruin your gear. If you're fishing hard, it's a tool, and things are going to happen. I mean, that's just going to happen. So I'm not going to spend a bunch of money lubing it up and servicing it, because I got to have some special silicone whatever lubricant that some dude on the internet says I have to have. It just really doesn't work that way. Yeah, so like if you've been hearing all these guys online saying you got to have this and you got to have that to protect your $60 reel, I don't buy it, man. Like, I've caught a lot of fish and I've done a lot of fishing, and my stuff works, and I'm not spending a ton of money servicing it. Yeah, take care of it, wash it off, grease it, oil it, but don't think you got to have the $15 a bottle special reel oil to get it done. So, all right, so that's what I do. I take this stuff off where the gears are, coat it full of reel grease. I take the top off here, make sure the clicker and everything's greased, and make sure the bearings inside. I'll take this off and I'll put some reel oil in there, and just use some common sense on it. If it's dry, lubricate it. And then every time you come home from fishing and you wash it off, you know, or every few times, just take some of this reel oil right here and then drip it inside the places that need it, and it'll keep it from freezing up. And that's what I do. So same way with my Jig Master over here. All right, this thing is a absolute brute. All right, see if I can get away from the sun here. All right, so this is like the AK-47 of fishing. All right, the AK-47 of kayak fishing. It's got a lot of tolerance in the way it's built. It's a beast if you take care of it, and it's got, you know, little quick access points to oil it, right? So like the one right here, it says oil. I take this off and I take some Abu Garcia reel oil. It's because that's just what I got. It's not because it's the only thing I use. And I put some in here, and then I'll even take some of these other bolts off and I'll put some in here, and then like once a year I'll take this off, I'll take these panels off, and I'll coat it with reel grease, this stuff right here. And then over the course of time, as I'm washing it off and I feel it start getting a little dry, I'll put some more reel oil on there. And you know, like I said, this thing's been dumped, dropped, smoked, everything, and it's still ticking, and it sounds great. I got it for 10 bucks. I'm not gonna pay some dude like $30 to service this thing, or spend 10 bucks on some special reel oil to put it in this old ass reel. Okay, so not trying to be too serious about it, but you know, the return on investment is just not there. And this thing has been trucking along. I've caught huge stuff on this thing, everything from tarpon to sharks. Fought a bull shark with this thing for 2 hours in Pensacola Bay one day in my kayak, and totally whooped it, you know. And if the occasional burst of WD-40 gets on this thing and a drag washer or some plastic part breaks on it, I'll either just buy another $15 old Jig Master, or I will replace the $5 part. I'm still not paying some dude 40 or 50 bucks to service my reels. I'm going to do it myself, and if it's not the best job ever, oh well. But you know, hey, if you want to take your reels to get them serviced, that's all you. Power to you. These are my ideas, my opinions, and I'm prepared to take the trolls all day long, because what they say is crazy when they write me like 3-page answers of all the specifications of this reel and why you shouldn't put a WD-40 drop on it. I've been using WD-40 for 10 years and I've never really had anything bust. And if 15 years down the road the plastic on this breaks because of WD-40, or the whatever they say breaks on it because of WD-40, I'll go buy another $20 reel or another $100 reel. I think the return on investment is a lot better than going buying expensive grease or sweating it. I'm not sweating it. Now I will say this, WD-40 will melt your monofilament. Don't put it on that, but it'll totally make it brittle. But that's just, you know, throwing that out there. But anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on Yak Molly on Facebook and Instagram. Always sharing stuff on there and on Snapchat. And I'll see you next time, guys. Y'all keep fishing hard. Pelagic season's coming up. I'll see you next time.